hangar go up?
I told you! When Zor attacked!
And where were the Starfighters?
In the hangar!
You mean they're dead?
Death is a primitive concept. I prefer to think of them as battling evil. In another dimension.
In another dimension? How many are left?
Including yourself?
Yeah!
One!
One!
Hey, it's Katrina Porter, and the only starfighting she would consider doing would be punching Steven Seagal in his smug fucking face, because that bitch really got it coming.
Pow!
And also, he shit his pants one time. True story.
Hi, Anna Serene.
Welcome to What Happens, everyone else.
Welcome, everybody.
Each week, Katrina and I discuss a movie both of us love. However, only one of us gets to say anything nice about the movie, and they're the pro of the episode, which means the other is the con and must attack it. Our one rule is the con only has to attack during the synopsis, and if they say anything at all good about the movie during that time, they incur a penalty, have to say something nice about a movie that they hate, and the pro is going to get to decide which movie they give that love to. So, this week, as the pro, if I catch a rule break from Katrina, she's going to hear this sound.
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
So, Katrina,
What?
are you excited?
No.
Why not?
'Cause,
What are you going to do?
well, I'm gonna pretend I'm a grown-ass adult, and this movie is a video game that I take so seriously, I'm gonna shoot the shit out of it, and I'll be the ultimate victor.
Pretty sure,
Yeah?
based on those clues,
Yes.
that we are talking about
Yeah.
1984's The Last Starfighter.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I don't think we have a ton of 1984 movies.
We don't. I was 7. You were 6. Very, very close behind me.
Far enough away.
Just a year.
A full year.
Just a short year.
Is that a short joke?
Yeah.
I am sad.
Oh, God.
I'm sad.
I was really shocked when you messaged me earlier today about this. This news sucked, dude. And also you're getting ready to tell the people how far behind we are in recording.
Well, by the time this airs, it's just a few days from now.
Right, that's what I mean.
Oh. Oh, how close to recording we are?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, as you all know, because it happened so recently, Paul Rubens died today. He had been battling cancer for a while. I had no idea. I followed him on Twitter. I followed him on Instagram, which has been a delight. This one really was a gut punch. I didn't like this at all.
Mm-mm.
And we just lost Sinead O'Connor, but this one hit way closer to home, for sure.
Yeah.
So we'll be pouring a few extra out for Paul Rubens, out for Pee-wee.
And by out, we mean into our mouth.
Of course, that's what he would want.
Right.
I'm positive.
Right. Okay, so a while back, one of our favorite people that listens to the podcast, Nate, he and his sister, Jen, who we love, they listen, and he reached out and he said, hey, August 4th is National Sisters Day. And he said one of the favorite movies that him and his sister, Jen, love is The Legend of Billie Jean. Would you do this movie? And we're like, oh,
Fuck yeah.
we love The Legend of Billie Jean.
We definitely did.
Yes. And we're like, yes, absolutely, we'll do it. And then we went to take our notes for it.
Yeah.
And it just, our notes were bad for it.
We like to listen to our inner instincts.
Yeah. And it just, and we do movies that are heavy, but for whatever reason, if it was just us, there's a, Billie Jean goes on the run for a reason, because there are some men in this world that are just garbage.
Like Steven Seagal that I was talking about earlier.
Steven Seagal, for example, not in this movie, but so we just couldn't do it. And it really sucks because when Nate reached out, we're like, what if this guy's fucking awesome that he wanted to do a movie to honor his sister.
Oh, I know. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
And when we talked about like a crush, you had a huge thing for Christian Slater.
Yeah. This was Christian Slater's first movie.
You can tell he was just a wee little baby child.
Yeah. And we do love the movie. We just, for whatever reason, when our notes weren't good.
Yeah.
So we couldn't record it.
Yeah. And
So we're keeping Legend of Billie Jean in our back pocket.
Mhm.
We want to say thank you to Nate and hi to Jen. And August 4th is National Sisters Day, which is kind of cool since we're sisters.
well, so we started kind of thinking about the movie that we watched when we were kiddos, like together, like
Yeah.
with our brother, and we're his sisters,
Yeah.
so that works. And
Our brother Sean.
our brother Sean, apologies, yes, our brother Sean, yeah, and there's quite a few movies that we liked watching all together. But truth be told, there's definitely movies that he liked, and definitely movies that we liked, and that's just how the dynamic was.
Right.
However, there were a few movies that brought us together, and
Dune.
this was one of them.
Yeah, this one, Dune.
Yeah. I mean, Goonies.
Goonies.
Yeah, quite a few of the movies that we've done, but The Last Starfighter is special.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
I love this movie so much. There is not a ton of trivia. I watched a documentary about the making of it, read several things up on it, besides the fact that it followed closely behind Tron from a couple years prior, which was obviously heavily CGI'd. It was the most CGI dependent movie at the time.
Tron was?
Besides Tron. I mean, this one.
Oh, okay.
Besides Tron. Yeah, they had to use like a supercomputer to use that. When you watch the interviews and stuff, it's clear how proud everybody is of that. And it's tough because when you watch it now, it's not the graphics and stuff the special effects that we're used to now. But somebody has to break that ground.
Right.
And
It was James Cameron.
What?
Oh, oh,
No, it was not.
George Lucas.
Okay. Funny you should say that. I'll talk a little bit about George Lucas here in a minute and our good friend Steven Spielberg.
Of course. Of course.
Do you want to hear a little bit before we get into the movie?
I have a story.
Ooh, do tell.
Okay, hey, crazy coincidence.
Yes.
Okay, so the last episode we did was Running Man,
I do recall that, yeah.
right? And I'm not sure if you remember because you were hammered.
Very hammered, yeah.
Okay, and we did it in part for Doug in Iowa. I was just in D.C. Freaking Doug in Iowa was in D.C. with his family when I was there.
Dude, it's only out of a place of love that you didn't immediately have suspicions raised. Where you're like, I need a clue book, for this. You were like, only from a place of love that you were like, this isn't suspicious at all.
That is crazy you said that because my story is about the Spy Museum.
Ooh.
Okay, so I've been to DC many times. I've gone to all the things there.
Humble brag.
Huh? Oh yeah, humble brag because I'm very well traveled.
They know my name there.
They know I'm on many lists. I can't talk about it.
Okay.
But I had not been to the Spy Museum, International Spy Museum. So, Ty and I were getting ready to walk there and I had pulled up directions on my phone and Ty said, and I should say that Ty is retired Navy. Ty lived in Bethesda, Maryland, which is right by DC. So I pulled up directions on my phone.
Your husband, everybody knows by now,
Yeah,
but yeah.
Ty, husband Ty. Ty said, I put this in my notes app, y'all,
Oh,
because
okay.
I didn't have my clue book. Ty said, do you want to follow me or the directions on your phone?
Oh, boy.
This motherfucker trapped me in the You Can't Win game.
Oh, God, yeah. He played You Can't Win.
He's not allowed to do that.
But he did?
That's Fijians only.
I know, but I kind of ain't mad at him. That's pretty slick.
Dangles aren't allowed to drive that train, toot toot.
I know, but you gotta admire the gumption for this toot toot.
He didn't know. He didn't even know that he did it.
No, he would not have known. Yeah, no, I mean, no. Mm-mm.
But I knew. As soon as I was in it, I knew. I'm in the You Can't Win game.
Fuck. How did it feel?
Awful.
Ooh.
But also, it kind of made me think of Darth Vader.
Okay.
Like at the end, like when he's looking down at Luke Skywalker. Do you think like that's how he felt? Like he's pissed off, but maybe a little proud?
Okay. Can we back up a little bit?
Yeah.
When you say Darth Vader looking down at Luke,
Did he look up? Was he looking up?
when you mean like when he was upon death and he
Yes.
asked him to remove his helmet, and
Yes.
he looked up upon him,
Up,
or
up.
but there was also when he was like ghostly Anakin
No,
up in the
the
sky,
up.
and he's looking down upon him,
When
and he's
his-
proud.
No, when the helmet came off, the one that we all care about.
Okay, so he's looking up at him.
Up,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
That one.
Okay.
That one.
I'm not trying to be pedantic.
Okay.
I'm trying to understand what you're talking
Just
about.
happens, I guess.
Yeah, it's natural.
He's like, you think he was proud? Because in the moment, I was a little proud of Ty. Like, oh
I'm
man.
a little proud of Ty.
I mean, he's like,
I'm a lot of proud of Ty.
like,
Oh no, he's gonna hear this though, and he's gonna think he can play You Can't Win.
no, we talked about it.
Oh, okay.
I said,
Don't
This
get
is-
any ideas.
this is what happened. This can never happen again.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I made him hold out his hand, and I smacked it.
Oh, but he's such an ornery little guy. He's just a ornery beanstalk of a man.
And I said, we're gonna follow you. I'm gonna put my phone away. I didn't. I had my directions on the whole time. We're gonna follow you.
Yeah.
But we're never gonna do this again. We're never doing this
Did
game
he
again.
get you to the spy museum?
He did. But in the roundabout way.
Why is there an asterisk? Oh, because it was a roundabout.
It was a roundabout way.
So he's showing you part of the city that you wouldn't have seen, that Google doesn't care that you see or not,
Mhm.
but your husband
Yeah.
does. Okay. Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I had no idea that DC was such a fruitful experience for you.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that excuses you being gone for that many days.
I was gone for 3 days.
Yeah.
You should have seen my face though when I realized that I was in the game and not leading it. And I was like, oh my God, don't let him tell Adrian that this is even a possibility. I know.
Oh, he can't handle it. As soon as he starts the You Can't Win game, I block off all the exits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. I don't play the You Can't Win game with you.
I expect Adrian to pull that type of shit. You don't expect Ty to do that. So I'm sure it was way more unexpected for you. I can see it coming. So I'm like,
I couldn't see it coming because he didn't do it on purpose.
Nope.
He just stumbled into it
Yeah. That sounds like a lot of Ty's experiences.
like a little puppy that
Again.
found its own ass.
Again, that sounds like a lot of Ty's experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk about the Last Starfighter?
Sure.
Okay. I got a little bit, not a ton.
Okay.
I really did try. But then again, we did have to change this up kind of on the fly. So I didn't have a ton of time to look up stuff.
Well, that is our fault for being a little last minute with our schedule right now.
Yes. Okay. So this was directed by Nick Castle. You may recall that name because we talked about it when we did Major Pain. He
Ooh,
directed that.
toot toot.
I don't think we mentioned in that one, but it's actually kind of important that we do in this one, that Nick Castle was, I think the actual term is the shape from Halloween, which is Michael Myers, as we
Weird.
But he was one of the stand-ins for Michael Myers. So when his mask, I think, actually comes off at one point, you can see him.
Oh.
Which I actually always thought that was kind of a cool thing about Michael Myers, was that he just looked like kind of a normal guy. I think that's what made it creepier.
Hate
the Halloween movies?
Yeah, I don't like jump scares.
Oh, that's got lots of those.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. But it did have PJ Souls, and she was rad. She was in Rock and Roll High School.
Rock and Roll High School.
Yeah.
Was Colleen Camp in that?
Was she?
I don't know.
Oh,
I could be making that up just because I like Clue.
maybe. Well, anyway, Nick Castle was in that, which, of course, was directed, written by, score by John Carpenter. He did everything. He always did everything.
Well, Nick Castle makes me think of Ice Castles, which
Aw.
makes me think of We Forgot About the Roses.
Please don't let this feeling end. I wish other people actually knew about that movie.
I know.
If we do an ice skating movie, I'm going to go ahead and promise that it's probably going to be
Cutting edge.
the cutting edge. I actually said Topic today, and nobody knew what I was talking about, and that made me sad.
What?
Topic. If any of our listeners know what Topic means, you can get a hold of us super easily. Let us know.
Our listeners know what toe pick means.
Topic.
Yeah.
I bet Jen does.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the how this movie kind of came to be, it was that the screenwriter, his name was Jonathan Butel. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Sounds like you didn't.
Butel. He went to an arcade.
Arcade. Disclaimer.
I'm having a very Alexis moment. He went to an arcade, and he saw a kid playing a video game, and it reminded him, I think at the time he was reading The Once and Future King, about King Arthur.
Okay.
And it kind of had got him thinking about, like, what if one of these video games was, like, essentially kind of like The Sword and the Stone, where it was like, it's actually Excalibur, and it's picking the chosen one or whatever. So that's where it came to be, which later on in the movie he talks about the Excalibur test, and that's why.
Yep.
Specifically. So they did that. They, like I already said, he went to, I think it was, the name of the place sounds so generic, where they got all of their special effects. It was called Digital Productions.
Boo.
I know.
That's gone.
It sounds made up. I think the biggest struggle that they had with this script was, well, first of all, I think it was like, the budget was $15 million. I think $14 million of that $15 million went towards special effects. Yeah.
Wait, because the budget also includes the salaries.
Yeah, but $1 million went a long way in 1984.
Shit.
They had to. I mean, that was kind of a big deal. Part of it is they wanted to kind of look a little bit like a video game in a sense. So It wasn't like hyper realistic, but they really wanted to do a good job. Their time constraint was, as a lot of these movies have to go through, it was definitely an issue. They weren't happy with how a lot of things turned out because they just didn't have time. They needed more time for what they were trying to do, and they couldn't. And also, what was difficult was running into the George Lucas, Steven Spielberg problem. They originally wanted to put this in a setting of suburbia, but the problem is that we had E.T., we had Poltergeist, we had Close Encounters of the Third Kind. We had, these movies that were set in that, and they were like, we've got to be able to, distinguish ourselves away from the Lucas Spielberg.
Is that why they put it in a trailer park?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Also, they wanted it to be more, not that neighborhoods weren't, connected, but this felt more connected.
Like community bay or like,
right.
Yeah.
The neighbors and stuff that were around them would have more of a stake in actually caring about a video game score. Because it's just what was going on in their little microcosm. And, but he really struggled, the screenwriter really struggled that he felt like every time he tried to like get to a different, plot point or whatever, it's like he's like I'm backing into a Lucas Spielberg corner. So that was the trouble, was trying to make sure that they're not, mimicking the things that were really, really super popular at the time. And also, it was a little difficult because this is coming right at the time of the video game fall to some extent. Like, video games took off like crazy for a while, and then it was just super oversaturated because Atari, specifically Atari, but a lot of them tried to push out as many games as possible, and they really suffered quality because they were just focused on quantity. So, and consumers were like, fuck this, we don't need this shit. And they stopped buying video games. So there was like a big steep, incline, and then a massive drop with video games.
Okay.
So doing this movie was kind of brave, considering this was right in the middle of that. Which I thought was kind of neat.
Yeah.
I actually watch a series on YouTube. Don't make fun of me. Actually, they have a whole bunch of them. They're called Crash Course, and they have all kinds of classes on, like, science and math. Actually, I don't watch those, obviously. But mythology, and there's one about video games and movies and all kinds of stuff. And it kind of tells you the history. And I just finished watching one about this.
Huh.
So, that's pretty much all I have.
Okay.
You ready to pew, 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 pew?
Play the fucking song.
Pew!
Pew.
Let the games begin.
Our movie begins with space.
No,
Yes, it sure does.
that is a fake ass Earth.
It is a fake ass Earth. They actually wanted to go with, this is Universal Pictures, but they wanted to go with the planet Rylos. As like which would have been like super bold, but Universal was like, nope, you're not fucking with our logo. So instead, they had to go with this. Sorry, blame Paramount or
But-
Universal.
They couldn't actually film Earth.
No, all of their budget went to special effects.
Okay, what's that red sprinkly shit in the sky?
Space dust.
It looks suspiciously like craft herpes.
You mean glitter?
Yes.
Do we have to call it craft herpes?
Yeah.
Can we just call it glitter? That seems easier.
No. We need to be able to explain what it is.
Okay, I'll allow it, actually. I will allow that.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. But that's not space herpes, as you said. Or no, craft herpes.
Mm-hmm.
As you said, it's space dust.
Hmm.
Yeah, space has that. I saw that in that Crash Course thing I was talking about earlier.
What do you think of this low-rent Star Wars score?
Funny you should say that, because they actually brought in, like, they wanted to go even bigger than the Star Wars score. So they're like, well, obviously what we need is twice as many instruments. So they brought in, like, a massive, super over-the-top orchestra. There's, like, I don't even know how many, I don't know how many horn sections, wind instruments they had, but it was a bunch. A lot.
They're like, if that guy won an Oscar, we're going to win 3
At
by having
least.
triple.
Yeah, obviously.
Uh-huh.
They went full Dennis Wilson from the Beach Boys.
Okay.
Like, let's bring in some goats. let's bring in some chimes. Bucket.
More cowbell.
A theremin. Who knows? A glockenspiel.
Oh my gosh, now you're getting crazy.
Everybody loves a glockenspiel.
Nobody knows what that means.
It's it's like that's my kitty cat. That's my fat ass. No food for you. It's like a ding, 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 ding,
Okay.
one of those thingies. We start our journey in the Starlite Starbrite trailer park.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What have they done?
What do you mean, what have they done?
How does this movie begin in the trailer park?
Well, I mean, it's,
What's the first thing you see?
I don't know, was there more witchcraft herpes?
A dog. They have sexualized that dog. He is laying on its back. It looks like it's in a porn.
Looks like it was delighted.
No, I didn't see consent.
It looked really satisfied.
No.
So they can't show everything. They only had $1 million left over after that. The 14 million went over to special effects.
No, ma'am. And what in the Debbie Does Dallas is that Grandma Win gadgety jacking off thing?
So it's a whirly gig.
A whirly gig.
I'm actually not 100% sure that's what it's called, but I think it is.
You know, go back and watch this movie, people, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
That grandma was working it.
Right in the
girl.
Right in the beginning of this movie, there is a Grandma Win gadgety thing jacking off.
She's not. She's doing laundry.
Yeah.
Just briskly.
Yeah.
Depending on the wind.
Yeah.
It's, one of those things that is dependent on the wind. It will, go up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. And she's like, cleaning the shit out of that
There
shirt.
ain't no way Grandma's working that fast.
Sure she is. She's got strong arms. She grew up in the Depression era.
I don't.
Strong forearms.
She's got that arthritis.
She's got that. She knows what it takes to survive. She's making dresses out of flour sacks and, picking up pennies wherever she can.
No, ma'am.
She looked happy and glad to be doing a service. We see Alex, and he is the son of the trailer park supervisor, and he'd rather spend his life doing anything else. And Alex is played by Lance Guest. A great name. The only other person I know who was up for this role was Eric Stoltz. And Alex got it because Nick Castle, like I said earlier, was friends with John Carpenter because, as I said, Nick Castle was in the first Halloween movie, which John Carpenter did, and Lance Guest had recently been in Halloween 2. So Nick Castle was visiting John Carpenter while he was editing Halloween 2, and he saw him. He's like, "Who was that guy?" He's like, he would be perfect for my movie. And that's how he got in this movie.
Well, all I know is that they are calling some lady Elvira, and that is not Elvira. That's a damn dirty lie. I don't see any tassels.
Not a tassel to be found.
No, this movie is a lie. That's a con.
That grandma that you saw earlier doing the laundry, she was washing the tassels. Yeah.
No, I don't see any black hair.
Thank you, Mama.
No eyeliner. No tatas. Lies. All I see is lies.
Elvira. There's more than one Elvira in the world. Okay, I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. I am sorry. I apologize. And I will reflect. All I can do is reflect.
Cassandra Jane Elizabeth Peterson. I hope you did not hear that.
I am sorry. And I just hope that that people can forgive me.
I hope so too.
Oof.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know how old this Alex guy is, but he is way too old to be staring this intently at the game.
No, he's a teenager.
Oh, he's a teenager.
Yeah, he just graduated high school.
Oh.
Along with his friends. Yeah, they're all teenagers.
Oh. Well, so far everyone is competing to be shitty with each other.
Yeah, that was the 80s. They were all shitty with it. You remember. You were shitty with me constantly.
I was a fucking child.
Yeah, shitty child. In the 80s. You were really leaning in to shit.
Don't say that.
Sorry, I apologize.
Retract that statement right away.
I retract. Yeah, I retract it. And I wish I never said it.
I wish I never heard it.
I gotta tell you that I'm like super into doing this movie right now. It's about arcades, and I'm literally staring at my Centipede arcade game.
That you put together.
Fuck yeah, I did.
Because you're a badass.
Please. Poor Alex.
Poor Alex.
Poor Alex. He
What?
can't even hang out with his friends because he's got to fix that electricity for Elvira, so she can watch her stories. I get it. She was probably watching General Hospital. She was probably watching Days of Our Lives.
No, the main guy's friends talk shit on him, and then he talks shit on them about staying in this small shitty town.
That's how they show love. They rib each other. You know, like how you and I do.
No, Alex is staring at the model solar system in his room like he thinks it's the actual galaxy, and I'm thinking maybe he shouldn't have been so quick to call his friends dumbasses.
He wants better. He can see, you know, like the plastic paper planets and be like, wow, if only I were part of that. Somewhere up there shooting away the stars.
Part of that world.
Part of the world.
No, he's looking at it like he's waiting for an alien to appear.
Wow, how prophetic.
He doesn't know what that word means.
I do.
Mm.
I went to college. Good news for Alex is that even though he's not super satisfied with the way his life is going at the moment, because he's at the Starlite Starbrite for Star I See Tonight, Shine Your Heavenly Body Tonight on Me trailer park, he is really, really, really good at the local arcade game Starfighter. So that's nice. Alex's girlfriend, Maggie, also lives at the park, and she's played by Catherine Mary Stewart. We obviously know her from Night of the Comet. And I can tell you that Jennifer Jason Leigh was up for consideration for this, as was Ali Sheedy. But Catherine and Lance just had really fantastic chemistry, so they were cast. They do have a really good chemistry.
Well, Alex gets asked by Otis
Yes.
where his girlfriend is.
Otis is the person that lives at the trailer park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even though he told her to go hang out with her friends, he is now singing the hit song Alone with My Principles while I play a video game and pretend like I didn't say earlier that it was okay for her to go, because what I really meant was I want you to stay here and be miserable with me, my shitty life, and watch you play this video game after I fix not the real Elvira's fuse box.
Wow. Is this a documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? I mean, this feels like hyper realistic for like a young man. They're all exactly like this. This is good writing.
All men are exactly like this?
No, I said all young men.
All young men are like this?
Yep, every single one of them, 100%.
Really?
Yep. All of them.
Oh. This is what you were raising your son to be like?
I don't have a choice. He's just going to be like this, and then one day he'll snap out of it, and then hopefully, you know, join a Starfleet and defeat an evil armada that's trying to take over, you know, the solar system and save the galaxy.
That's what happens next.
What every mother wants.
This is a dream.
Alex is so good at the game. He's so good at Starfighter, like I am with Centipede, or like how you were with Super Mario Brothers 3. You always got those flutes. You got the flutes so fast.
You know what?
You got them flutes fast. And I'm not even going to say it's because of the wizard, which helped for sure. But you would have gotten those flutes no matter what.
Just handy with the steel.
Regulator.
Mount up.
It's me, regulators. When Alex is about to beat the top record, everyone starts losing their fucking bowels.
All you old people who can barely get out of bed, run. Alex is going to beat the high score in this video game. Don't break a hip.
They're so excited. There ain't no YouTube or Fox News at the time. This was all there was. This was literally all there was in this little corner of the world.
Wow.
That's all they had.
Maggie really got typecast.
What do you mean?
Well, she played a character who got fucked by space shit, who was really into video games twice, in this and Night of the Comet.
Yeah. She was a type. I'm glad they cast somebody.
I think she deserved more.
I think Maggie, Catherine Mary Elizabeth, I almost said Mongolio for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why I went there. Catherine Mary Stewart. She deserved more. Always. In life. You know what? I can tell you. I saw her, like, at some interviews with her. She has done well for her face.
Really?
She looks exactly the same.
Weird.
She looks exactly the same.
All right. Atta girl.
Yeah. I ain't mad at that.
No.
She deserved that after dealing with them space aliens from Night of the Comet, and then also, more space aliens. She's had to deal with a lot of space aliens. She still looks like a fucking queen.
And the video games?
Amazing. Maybe that's why she looks so young. Alex dreams about going to college and moving away, but unfortunately, it looks like he just can't afford it. What's a guy to do? And then Alex sees the Starfighter game going all fuckadoodle.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
What?
whoa, whoa.
What? That's exactly how things transpired.
No, his mom has been working all damn day, and all Alex can tell her is that he broke the Starfighter record.
He's proud.
And then she says someone at the diner opened up the mail, which had the letter that said he didn't get his loan or whatever. That's a federal fucking offense. You get 10 years in prison for that shit. You can't open up someone's mail.
No, you were so by the book.
The law's
for
the law.
The federal postal laws.
All the laws, except for speeding.
Wait, what do you mean all the laws?
Listen, you cannot fuck with the postal system.
Do you work for the postal service?
Do you know how hard those people work?
Very hard.
Very hard.
Yeah.
Very hard.
So how does that affect them if somebody opens another person's mail?
Because how can that person prove that they didn't put the mail in the wrong person's box? So now that dingbat can say, oh, well, it was just in my mailbox. It was just there. It was an accident. I just opened it up.
they're all friends.
It was
They're
an
all
accident.
friends.
Oh, and then that guy who's just waiting for his fucking pension, he's been working for 44 years, was just waiting for his 45th year. Now he's out of his job.
The postal
No
service
pension.
worker?
Yeah.
Why is it not a woman?
She's out of her job.
No, you already said it was a man. You clearly, when you think postal worker, you automatically think man. I think you need to do some self-reflection on how you view the world.
You're deflecting. Because you know
your face is a
that
deflector.
this is a tragedy.
Your face is a tragedy. No, it isn't. It's beautiful. Well, let's talk about the odd vehicle that shows up.
You mean the fucking DeLorean?
Funny you should say that. Guess what car they modeled that particular...
Is it a DeLorean?
It is a Buick.
No,
No, it's a DeLorean.
Okay.
It was all the rage at the time. DeLorean was so big. I'm sure you watched
Did you watch the documentary?
on DeLorean?
Yes, I did watch it.
God. I did not anticipate so much cocaine.
I kind of did anticipate all the... I was not shocked by the cocaine.
I kind of did.
Yeah. You know, I quit being shocked by cocaine.
The cocaine.
The cocaine...
I bet as soon as you watch an 80s documentary, like, when are they going to say cocaine?
Where's the cocaine?
Why aren't we doing a bingo game for documentaries?
Oh, for cocaine? I actually...
No, I mean, just in general.
I don't believe an 80s documentary if they don't mention cocaine. I'm like, this is not valid.
They're hiding the truth.
Yeah, someone's lying here.
Somebody's lying.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, when...
Clue book.
Yeah, when, like a month ago, when they're like, oh, some cocaine was found in the White House, and was it Joe Biden that did it? I was like, make sure it's somebody that is, 42 to 63 years old, because it's got to be someone from the 80s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, first of all, look at that demographic. I'm figuring this shit out for you, and I'm in Kansas.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're
Hello,
welcome.
everybody. I'm helping you out.
Oh my God, what else do you need help with?
Yeah, it's not Joe Biden.
It's not Joe Biden.
He's not. Does he look like he's on cocaine? I don't think so. He's barely moving.
He'd be stuttering like a motherfucker.
And I'm a Joe Biden fan. He ain't doing coke.
No. Cocaine is not it would not be a good friend to him.
No. It
No.
might give him a little pep in his step, and we know he doesn't have that.
You know what would be a good friend to him?
Retirement?
One of them recliners that lifts up.
Yes.
Lifts you up out of the seat. So it's a gentle lift. That would be good for him.
I've got like 3 theories about the cocaine in the White House.
maybe that cocaine was from the 80s. Did they test it for how long it's been there?
It's definitely not from the 80s.
It's new cocaine?
It's definitely new cocaine.
How do you know?
Because Don Jr. was in the White House a lot.
Oh, you're right. That motherfucker.
That
was
truffle hound.
Yeah, he was a truffle pig for
Yeah.
for the yayo.
Yeah. There was no cocaine safe while he was there.
Dad, are you proud of me? Wait. Everybody shut up.
I smell something. I smell acceptance.
This will numb all of those pesky feelings. So anyway, this odd vehicle shows up that we've already established looks like the 80s cocaine DeLorean.
Right.
And inside is a guy asking about the person who broke the record on the arcade game. Alex tells him, bitch, it was me. I broke that record. It was me. Check the initials. I'm the famous one. I'm in the driver's seat. I'm the fucking president.
Wait, are we to believe that the guy who allegedly invented the game shows up, starts talking in the third person, so we know he's an asshole, literally has his buddy shock him, and is like, come with us because we are super impressed with you and is absolutely safe?
I will not sit here while you disparage Robert Preston. Speaking of which, the guy in the car introduces himself as Centauri, the inventor of the game. As you said, he wants Alex to know the game was invented as a test to find fighters to help his planet. The Excalibur test, like I said. And Centauri is played to perfection by the brilliant Robert Preston, R.I.P.
He'll just tell you.
This was his last movie. He died in his 60s from lung cancer. He was a delight on set. Everybody said he just seemed to really, really enjoy himself. Lance Guest felt like because he was so green, he was so new to acting, he wanted to like run lines and take this all very, very seriously. And he was like, you know, trying to run lines with anybody that would run lines with him, you know, because that's what he wanted to do, the new budding actor. And he kind of expected Robert Preston as like this, you know, seasoned actor to be like, all right, kid, fuck off. But he's like, whenever you want to, kid, let's do it. And he was really, really great with them. That's trivia. It's okay. He was supposedly just an absolute delight. Catherine Mary Stewart said that she just fell in love with him. She said he just had like this aura about him that just, he was just great. They, I think at some point they figured out that this character that they wanted to be kind of like, not a con artist, but kind of a little bit. So they started throwing around names, and they're like, how about Robert Preston? And they rewrote the character to be more like that. Trouble with T. Butel, I think is his name, the screenwriter. He said it's one of the greatest castings of the 80s. So he felt like this movie was almost like a musical, but without the music. So it fit perfectly with Robert Preston.
Okay.
So you don't have to say now. We'll talk about later.
Well, Alex is still pissed that Maggie went to the lake, so he's like, sure, I'll go, and that'll show Maggie to go off with Jack. She's going to regret that when she finds out I flew to space with a guy. Wait, what the fuck happened to his face?
Yeah, what did happen to his face?
Dude.
The car, in quotes, takes off with Alex inside, but he leaves a little something behind. A beta unit. Like a little guy. Not a little, a guy. Basically a guy who's basically going to be like Alex in his place, like a placeholder. He's a beta unit, but he's like a placeholder person. Mm-hmm. They zoom off into space, and at some point Centauri reveals he is an alien. My daughter Maddie had a lot of questions and not so nice things to say about this movie, and I took that personally.
Yeah.
Especially in this part, she had a lot of questions.
Yeah, she did.
During watching this. I didn't love it.
Are we on Rylos or wherever yet?
Yes. Alex gets to Centauri's planet Rylos, and things are a little weird. And Alex is a little confused because they give him a uniform and kind of send him on his way. Send him on his way.
The seam on those uniforms is quite rude.
What? The seam?
Yes.
Well, they didn't have their. This wasn't Project Runway.
It's going to give everyone poopy pants.
There's no Tim Gunn there. There's no, like, space Tim Gunn.
That's a con.
Make it work. Make it work.
What would Heidi say? I don't like the poopy pants.
Sure, I wouldn't like that color either.
No, and it's giving her terrible vision.
Well, I mean, it's the future Rylos. They don't mind because they don't have genitalia.
Speaking of outfits, talking in third person guy is dressed like Columbo.
Robert Preston?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you mean? First of all, that sounds delightful. Columbo is awesome. He's, he was Grandpa in the Princess Bride. And
He's like, just one more thing.
Yeah, just one more thing. Join our space war.
Will you beat the Last Starfighter?
I want all the impressions you have of Columbo.
Were you by yourself? Or were you perhaps accompanied by an off-the-line gender?
This is incredible. It's like watching a master class in impersonations.
Name rhymes with laggy.
Oh, is it Maggie?
Oh. I've got it.
I like a muted tone outfit.
You don't?
And this is what they feel like is best for everyone. Everybody's a different season. They can't have uniforms for the springs and the winters.
Point of clarification.
Yes.
What you're saying is not true.
What?
Right now, what you are wearing is a shirt that says, I gotta see the candy first, then I get in the van. I'm not stupid.
How are you gonna call me out like this? Yeah.
There's nothing muted about that.
The color is muted. It's gray.
No.
It's a gray. You're on the gray.
It's not even a boring gray though.
You're saying this is an awesome gray?
Yes.
Thanks. Meanwhile, back at the trailer park, the Beta thing, Centauri left on Earth, is transforming into a stand-in for Alex, and it is, not gonna lie, it's a little off-putting at first. Okay.
Well, Alex's little brother is looking in through his nudie mag stash.
Dude, his little brother is very thin. Not the nudie mags thing, just, his attitude is very thin.
The Beta guy looks like the guy stuck in the wall in Hellraiser.
Frank?
Yes, Frank, yes.
The one that's trying to get the awful woman to, like, bring him new victims so he can rebuild himself?
Yes, Frank.
So he can experience new pain and pleasure.
Yes, Frank. That's what he looks like. Frank from Hellraiser.
But white, because Frank was very red.
Yeah. That's what he looks like.
They both look very plasma-y. But you know what? He's rebuilding himself. He's, the Beta unit is it takes time to turn himself into a replica.
Yeah. Have you gotten to the part where Alex starts bitching to the Tootsie Roll?
Alex is part of a series of recruits to defend the planet against the evil Kodan. Alex meets a wonderful alien fellow named Greg.
Tootsie Roll.
You love that song.
I do love that song.
Yeah. But Greg is awesome. And he's played by Dan O'Herlihy. And we would know him, he's got a great voice. But we would know him best from RoboCop, because he played the old man.
Yes.
RoboCop. And it has a very distinctive voice.
Well, Alex starts bitching and says he doesn't want to be a starfighter and he wants to go home and make his girlfriend feel like shit about having a lake day. When I do believe a giant floating head shows up.
Okay, first of all, he was just thrust, I say,
Mm-hmm.
Thrust.
He wasn't thrust. He casually got in the DeLorean.
He was confused.
That's his...
He was overwhelmed.
Confused and overwhelmed is his baseline feeling.
Mine too.
So he's comfortable in that feeling.
Me too.
Then it's fine.
Yes. Good. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Okay,
It's
so
fine.
then he should feel fine right now.
No, he's not comfortable, like, being a starfighter. He doesn't know what he's getting into. He just, this is all new and exciting and overwhelming, and I, too, have that sort of thing. I, kind of go along. I mean, I, of course, would never show dissent, because
You wouldn't get in a DeLorean.
I would get in the DeLorean, yeah. Somebody told me,
You would?
despite my shirt, I absolutely, if somebody told me get in, I would get in.
You would?
Yeah, probably.
Absolutely not. You'd know there'd be cocaine in there.
Yeah, but does the person that's telling me to get in have, like, a voice of, like, somebody that's in charge?
It does not matter. You always say
It
no.
definitely matters.
No.
I would be like,
Answer's
you
no.
probably know best.
No. The answer is no. Anyone driving that vehicle is a dickhead and has cocaine.
Not necessarily true.
Yeah, true.
They might be in charge in, like, the government or something, and they're like, get in. Like, oh, if you say so.
No. The answer's always no. And that floaty head is a real gloaty bastard.
We've been over that, though. We've been over this. Like, when we did the Silence of the Lambs episode. The guy, like, Jane Gum.
Yeah.
Like, the trick with the arm thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dead. I'm part of this suit.
That's actually why we're doing this podcast. That's my motive, is to save your life.
Oh, no, I'm dead. I'm
No.
a lost cause.
No, don't do that. You don't get in. You don't get in.
Don't even bother putting my face on, like, a milk carton or something. Just assume I got in a van.
No, I know.
Or somewhere, and I am 100%, either chopped all up to bits, or part of a part of, like, somebody sewed. I love sewing. So, if somebody sewed me into a suit, it's not the worst thing in the world. But I'm definitely dead. For sure.
I'm not going to assume that, because I know that if the opportunity presents itself, you'll get in the van. Mm-hmm. But I know you are a fucking apologize. You'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you got me. Oh, I can't believe you. I know that you didn't mean to do this, and I know this is awkward, and I know this is my fault. And if I could only bake something for you, do you have sugar? Do you have a kitchen? If I could just, I know you don't trust me. I know we don't have trust. I know we don't have trust established yet. And you could watch me. I would actually love to show you my cinnamon rolls, how I make my cinnamon rolls. If we could just go to the kitchen, and then I could make that for you. I know you have a lot of stress. The role that you're in right now is a lot of stress. I'd love to make you rolls, and let's just get through this. I believe actually you could make it out of there, because I think you could actually charm someone into keeping you alive in that scenario. So I would still believe that you could be alive.
The accuracy of this is what's so convincing. It really is. Wow. It was like listening to somebody describe my own made-for-TV movie.
I think I missed like 7 sorries.
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as you said, there is a floating head.
Gloaty.
He is our main baddie. Zerr. And he is top-notch kid.
Mm-hmm.
And Alex decides that maybe the Starfire life is just not for him.
He throws a major temper tantrum.
And he is confused and overwhelmed. And he feels like he was thrust into this against his will. But, he was tricked by Centauri, who's a fast talker. We've already established this. And he wants to go back home. Or he's, like Dorothy. He just wants to get back home.
He's a little bitch. And I hope that degree that he's going for in that college that he couldn't get into
Yes.
is little bitch degree.
Meanwhile, we see Zer, and he has his badass scepter. Huh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What?
The bad guy has someone whose only job is to bring his scepter. I don't have a scepter or someone to bring it. That's two cons.
I'm working on it. It takes time. Do you want it rushed? Or do you want it right?
Right.
You want it right. You want it right.
Okay.
Zer has his badass scepter.
Mm-hmm.
And he is ready to swing his armada dick around. And fires directly at planet Rylos. And oh no, it's war. We don't like war. No, we don't like war. No, war's bad. War bad.
Mm-hmm.
Scepter good. Most likely.
Depends if you're the one with one or not.
Just be patient.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there's a damn dirty saboteur, which I spelled correctly in my notes.
I did after a spell check.
There's a saboteur, Rylos. The Centauri brings Alex home, but he discovers the beta unit that looks just like himself, Alex, which is super cool. There actually was the test audiences when they were testing this. They really liked the beta unit. They thought it was funny, which I definitely remembered. So that made sense. So they actually shot more scenes with the beta unit, but by that point, Lance Guest had already shot all of his scenes and moved on to his next picture where he had to shave all of his hair off, and so he had to wear a wig. So he came back to do some shots, and I think he also was pretty sick. So if you notice, not only does he have a bad wig, not a bad wig, he has a wig. He has a wig.
I'd say it's bad.
It's not bad. It's a wig, though.
It's bad.
And he was quite pale at the time. He was a little gaunt. And so they had to do some makeup and stuff like that. But what a trooper. He acted right through all that sickness.
This beta unit is a real smartass. The alien they sent to kill Alex is a real dumbass.
The assassin?
Yeah, he was just chilling on the roof waiting for Alex to walk by, and he still couldn't manage to snatch him.
Snatch him?
No.
He's not a good snatcher.
He couldn't manage to snatch and grab.
Nope. I mean, the future's got a lot of things, but snatch isn't one of them.
That is a con.
For some. Maybe. Well, Centauri shows up and saves Alex, but he's killed in the process. Oh, no.
How did he manage to hit the brakes if he was passed out?
Well, because, sometimes your limbs do involuntary things, afterwards. Like how your bowels relax after you've died? It's kind of the same thing with your limbs. Your limbs are able to, extend and, do what they gotta do, and sometimes that's hitting the brakes.
Did you see the look on Alex's face when Centauri died?
No.
Okay, you know that look was like, fuck, there goes my ride. Because he is such a selfish bastard.
Also, fuck, there goes his ride.
Selfish.
You would have felt the same way.
No, I wouldn't have.
Really?
No, I wouldn't have gotten in the DeLorean in the first place. I don't like cocaine.
That's true. You do not.
No.
But you would not have gone to, fuck, there goes my ride?
No, I wouldn't have been there in the first place.
But if you were.
No, I would have had a backup plan. I would have had a bike in the trunk.
So Centauri is dead.
Mm-hmm.
But he did manage to get Alex back to the command center.
Mm-hmm.
Which is nice. But the whole place is wrecked. All the shit. And it's thanks to that no good Zer and his dastardly armada. You know what I think of when I think of armada? But you know.
And then there was a whole big war between the Armada and Willie's ship, the Inferno, and during the firefight.
The Tootsie Roll really took Alex into enemy territory with no fucking plan.
Yeah, Greg and Alex get into their shit. Alex is getting hang of things, even if things seem a bit dire. But luckily, Greg is master of psychology. I think it's funny. I love it. Alex still isn't quite ready to embrace his destiny as a starfighter, but he comes around. And the beta Alex and Maggie are trying to have a lakeside makeout when the beta fucks up and lets the assassin know he's not really Alex, which means he tries to report back to Zer about real Alex's not dead status, and Beta sacrifices himself to intercept the message. That's nice of him.
The Tootsie Roll is a hardcore guilt tripper. He's like, this is a picture of my wife and my 6,000 childlings.
Master of psychology.
No.
Jealous.
He's like, take a look at them before they get hideously mangled
Aren't they adorable?
by Zur.
Look at my babies.
And no, they're not.
This one said, "Oh, Daddy, I hope I don't die." Alex manages to sneak up on the unsuspecting Kodan army and unleashes the Death Blossom.
Maggie takes learning that low-rent Alex is not really Alex shockingly well. Unrealistically well. Too well.
What?
Yes.
Some women can handle shit. Wait, I thought you were the one that said that women can handle anything.
Okay.
Do you not feel like women can handle anything? You can't win.
Yes, I do feel like women can handle anything. I feel like someone that handled that situation that well would have figured shit out 4 days ago.
You would have figured all that out. Never mind. What
Are you
saying?
fucking...
I would have figured all that? Would I have figured all of that out?
You are too busy.
What a very nice way to say no.
But to answer the question I want to answer, yes, I would have figured it out.
Of course you would have.
Yes.
I don't know if I've ever watched a single movie that had even an inkling of a surprise twist where, like, 5 minutes in, you're like, that gardener ain't up to no good.
The Usual Suspects figured it out. Sixth Sense figured it out.
Yeah, of course you did.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, why is she asking so many questions? Oh, wait a minute. Does she say that she's allergic to garlic? That must mean that she has an aversion to arsenic. or some shit. Hour and 20 minutes later, luckily my garlic allergy. And there's Katrina over there looking smug as fuck.
Smug as fuck.
Just nodding.
I don't say anything. Mm-hmm. I just look around. Well, Alex has gotten very attached to the Tootsie Roll all of a sudden.
Well, of course, wouldn't you? He does that laugh.
What the fuck kind of name is Death Blossom for your kick-ass weapon?
Death Blossom is awesome. It's the name of my punk band.
Every time they say that, I'm like, get the fuck out of here with that stupid name.
You want to know what we did in our punk band, Death Blossom?
What?
We sung about Space Wars and the anti-establishment.
Get the fuck out of here. Did the bad guys just say ramming speed? Is it Tuesday? No, not Tuesday. Hey, wasn't Colonel Sanders on the ship earlier that...
Wait, what?
Colonel Sanders, the guy with the, on the ship where all the starfighters got?
Colonel Sanders, the chicken guy?
Yeah.
Mario Lopez?
No, the original Colonel Sanders. The guy who's like the leader of all the starfighters?
Yeah.
Yeah, he shows up all of a sudden. Why wasn't he on the ship earlier with all the starfighters that got killed?
He was busy.
Well, he's here all of a sudden? I don't trust that.
I'm sorry. Okay, so, just hypothetically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
what if he needed to DoorDash for all of those people, and he doesn't trust that everybody won't, shout a bunch of things at them, which you hate, by the way. People
oh my
saying
god,
a
like
bunch of
Jade's
stuff.
barbecue?
And so he goes in the other room, right, to order the DoorDash for everybody, and then, wouldn't you know it, as soon as he goes and DoorDashes and then pays, that's when they come in attacking everyone, and everybody is killed, and he's got 350 big blocks of whatever their currency is of DoorDash stuff coming, of quesadillas and chicken fingers and mozzarella sticks.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think that he's a traitor. I think he's a saboteur also.
No, he is not. This makes absolute perfect sense.
No,
and
I don't
you
trust him.
know it.
I don't trust him. I think we find out in the sequel that he's a bad guy.
Luckily, Alex takes out that whole goddamn armada like an absolute fucking savage. And what is this? Centauri is alive. What? That's cool. I liked him. I'm so glad he's back. Back on Earth, Alex arrives like the pimp he is in his big-ass ship. Like, what the fuck is up? This is who I am now. I saved the universe. My balls are gigantic, but in a power way, not in a sickness way. Bow to me, peasants.
He just swings his dick on down to Earth to show Maggie that she can go to the lake with Jake, but if she wants to hang with the big dog, she needs to stick with him.
Are you mad at that? You can't be mad at that.
Yes, I'm sorry. I don't care how much I love someone, but if they got sucked up to another planet, I would have some questions about germs.
What? Oh, okay, well, that's a valid question.
I would require several showers.
But in space, aren't they always wearing, like, he has so many layers, all those gloves?
No.
And, like, that pasty wardrobe that you talked about earlier? And, like, the helmet?
No.
Way more coverage on him than, like, here on Earth.
No.
Way more.
No. Absolutely not.
Feels way more sterile there, and you know it.
No. As soon as... No. I do not care. There's you, Ty, your children. There's no one that I love enough that if they came down from a spaceship, no matter how long they were gone, that I would go, oh my God, I'm so excited to see you. Go get the fuck desanitized.
Yeah, wash your hands.
Yeah, that's how I would be. And then we're going to have a cool reunion. It's going to be great.
After you wash your hands.
But go fucking wash your hands, man.
wash your hands.
You got to do it. We're still in COVID.
Even if we weren't in COVID, that's
You got to go wash your hands.
You got to wash your hands.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they got up there.
Even if it's what we got on Earth, go fucking wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Alex is just down there on Earth to say hi-bye and also snatch his girl up so he doesn't need to bang an alien.
He's not a great boyfriend.
He's a great boyfriend.
No, he is forcing Maggie to leave everything and everyone she knows with 15 seconds to decide and move to another planet with someone who gets in his feelings if she won't stay and watch him play a video game.
Oh, God, how much time do you need to decide whether or not you leave your entire existence and go up and travel the universe, probably never see any of your loved ones again? How much time do you need to
0 seconds, girl. He ain't right for you. Don't go.
What?
Girl, don't
go.
go.
That hair?
Girl.
He has great hair. Doesn't matter. She says, hell yeah, I'm into this for sure. I want out of the Starlite Starbrite for Story See tonight. Shine your heavenly body tonight. Come on. Trailer park. And she's like, yep, I'm into this. And they fly off into the stars, and that's the end of the movie.
It's done. Yes. It's over now.
Maybe we shouldn't have taken so many shots of tequila.
Why are you looking at me like I had any control over that?
Because you pressured me. You were the one pouring the shots.
It's literally on your table.
You put it there.
You literally got it from your freezer.
I don't remember that.
That's because you poured too many shots.
What?
And also, when did we start adding plural to shot?
Shots. See? Right then.
It's when we started doing this when we had sleepovers.
I know. It's just so easy. Plus, that Coralejo does go down awfully smooth.
It is, especially with our margarita chaser.
We chase.
Dumbasses.
We don't use lime.
Well, it has lime in it.
Oh, fuck that. Although, admittedly so, it is delicious.
It is really good.
Who could have guessed that tequila on top of a margarita would be so good?
Geniuses.
This was fun.
Hey, I've got my happy ending person.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm so excited.
Okay, and it's topical.
Okay.
Because we lost Sinead O'Connor.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so our happy ending person is Chris Christopherson.
Oh, I'm so glad you're going with him.
Yeah.
Oh, I love him. Besides being Whistler.
okay, besides being Whistler and the
Blade.
fact that he obviously did so much for Blade, which was
Tons.
very important.
Yeah.
Vital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Checked his vitals.
Yeah. And I have a thing for him. We talked about in the Blade episode. I can't really explain. I don't know.
Give me a break. You have a thing for everyone.
Shut up. Okay, the more we learn about Chris Christopherson, though, the more it makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. So, Sinead O'Connor, there's a great documentary on her, about her on Peacock. And it goes, she grew up very Catholic. Being Catholic was very important to her. And she learned, as so many people did, that the Catholic Church was covering up sexual abuse with the priests, and that they were basically just moving the priests to different dioceses, and that she felt incredibly betrayed by the Catholic Church because she was very entrenched in her faith. She loved the Catholic Church.
This isn't a controversial take. That is literally what happened.
No, this is true.
Go ahead and bring on the comments. We don't care.
No, this is all true.
That's just a fact.
No, this is true. No. Yeah, this is what happened in the Catholic Church. Yeah. And she loved the Catholic Church. So she was heartbroken. So she went on SNL and she ripped up a picture of the Pope, and she was dragged. I mean, she was like Lady Gaga. She was Taylor Swift. I mean, she was big. And after that, she was dragged. And she was at a Bob Dylan, I think it was his birthday or something.
A tribute of some kind.
And when you watch the documentary, you learn when she was a teenager, what got her into music was when she first heard Bob Dylan.
Oh.
So when she first heard his lyrics, that made her want to write songs. So she loved Bob Dylan. Anyway, I'm talking a lot about Sinead O'Connor, but anyway, so being a performer at this tribute was a big deal to her. So Chris Christopherson introduces her, and he's like, "It is my honor and my privilege to introduce this badass person, Sinead O'Connor." And as she's coming to the stage, she gets cheered, but she also gets heavily booed. And she's kind of floored because up until this point, she's just been, I mean, her star has just been kind of like a meteoric rise. And this is the first like huge backlash she's received. And she's like, you can see she's just stunned.
I don't care who you are. If you get booed, that goes down, that's a direct hit to your soul.
Right. Yeah. And she doesn't know. She doesn't, she's just kind of standing there, and she doesn't and it's just like dead silent. The band doesn't do anything. Like, she doesn't start singing. Chris Christopherson comes back on stage and hugs her, and you can hear him say in the microphone, "Don't let the bastards get you down." And, you think she's going to sing one of her big hits, and then she tells the band not to play, and she starts singing, Redemption song. So it's like a fight song. And that gets the crowd kind of booing her more because it's sort of a war song. It's like a fight song.
Because the song she did on SNL, if I remember correctly, was War.
Right.
Bob Marley.
Oh, no. War. No, that's what it is. War.
She did the song that she tore
Yes.
the picture to?
Yes, that's what it is. War.
Fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's an a cappella version of War,
Yes.
and it is so incredibly moving.
Yes, that's
Even
what
if she wouldn't have tore up the picture, it is really moving.
Yeah, that's what she did. She did War. And then they start booing again. So there's tears and there's boo, but she's just like, you know what? I'm in it. I'm just going to be myself. And she finishes it. And then she starts to kind of walk off stage again, and Chris Christopherson envelops her again and is holding her. And it's just a badass moment. And it's just like, he gained nothing from that, but just like being human. And I love that. So he's our happy ending.
Oh, what a wonderful, wonderful pick.
Yeah.
I love him so much. I mean, besides Blade, I told you I used to watch the country music documentary with Finn. It's the Ken Burns country music. It's absolutely wonderful, but there's a huge chunk of it about him and how much he did not want to get into music because he just didn't feel like he was. He didn't believe himself. He's like, I can write. He's like, I just don't think I'm a strong singer. It's like, it doesn't matter what you sound like. It matters what you're saying. Mm-hmm. And he had a lot to say.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that he said that to her.
Well, and I should say that's a 2 for happy ending because what a fucking badass she was.
Yeah.
She put her whole career on the line to do what was right. And she continued to do that. She never...
She was blacklisted.
Yeah. And speaking of blacklisted, she continued to be like, she fought racism. She fought sexism. Like, she was,
Also, her Twitter was fucking hilarious.
Her Twitter was hilarious. So, anyway.
Her Twitter when she was, like, super thirsty.
Oh, my God.
Somebody did, like, a compilation video of all of her thirsty tweets to her rendition of Someday My Prince Will Come.
Yes.
And she loved it. She's
Yes.
like, oh, this is hysterical. I love it.
Yeah.
What a wonderful pick.
Thanks.
Great way to end it.
Thanks.
Are we going to talk about what we're doing next? I feel like we can give a hint because it is a big one.
It's a big one.
This is a huge movie, you guys.
It's going to be big on trivia.
It will. I actually have the screenplay that I've had since the 90s because Katrina used to be a librarian. I know that's shocking. One year for Christmas, she got me the screenplay to this movie. I still don't know quite how she did it at the time, but it brought me to tears because it's one of my favorite movies. It's Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah, we're doing the Holy Grail.
I really, really love this. I'm going to try and bring as much trivia as I can. Bear with us. This has a lot because it's Monty Python, but trust me, we both love this movie. We're going to do everything we can to make it the possible best we can.
I am going to have nothing but garbage.
I can't wait.
Oh, it's going to be so... Oh, there's no fucking way I'm not getting a button push. Oh, there's no way.
I hope you do.
There's no way. Okay, well, let's just... I'm going to finish my marg.
Well, let's drink about it.
All right.
All right. Bye, Katrina Porter.
Bye, Anna Serene.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, bye, bye.